Didi here. If you're new, of course, I'd love to have you here with us, so please subscribe and join the family. To everyone returning, hey, welcome back to the channel today. So today is a different kind of video, and since I love to share my journey with you guys when it comes to beauty and skincare, personally, I love seeing content that mentally empowers women to be like better versions of themselves. And since I'm on a journey of bettering myself all around as a woman, I am going to be sharing this part of my life with you. I think I've said that twice now, but yeah, you get the point. So today's topic is 7 ways to glow up and become a more attractive woman. Attraction can mean different things to different people, but for this one, you're on a personal growth for yourself. Now, the number 1 tip that I have here for glowing up and becoming a more attractive woman is taking a mental note. Now, what's a mental note? A mental note in this case is basically a guide towards your future self. So now you're in this journey of developing yourself into becoming, a more better version of yourself, a version of yourself that you love to meet in a short time. Now, a mental note could look something like deciding what you want for yourself. Remember that this type of journey is very, very personal. We could all be on it, but what you want for yourself might be different from what I want for myself. You know the kind of person that you're aspiring to be, you know what that person. So drawing a mental image and taking inspiration from people that look like what you want to be, like your future self, would greatly help to be a guide towards taking this journey. A great way that I would highly recommend to take mental notes of what you want for yourself and your future is scribbling it on paper. This is so effective on different levels. You take a pen and paper and you sit down to describe yourself or describe your future self, what you want to look like, what you want to be like, what you want to feel like. Who's that woman? What does she show up like? What are her routines? What does she do? I mean, having all of this in perspective or in your perspective. Now, I'm not talking about writing it on your notepad, on your phone or your iPad or anything like that. I recommend scribbling these words on paper. Why? Because when you pick a pen and a paper and you actually sit down, it could be your journal, it could be your diary, it could be a random piece of paper that you're going to keep safe. It might seem like I'm exaggerating, but there is something special about picking up a pen and paper and actually sitting down to scribble words on a paper. It causes a mental connection with the words that you're putting down. A writer once said that a word on paper is better than thousands of words in your head. Putting down these words on paper actually helps you to connect with the words that you're producing from your head. It expands your imagination. It helps you connect with the image that you're trying to create. Also, just to quickly guide you on how to write this mental note, you could write it as your future self. Let's say your name is Lizzie. You could say something like, Lizzie is this type of woman, this is what she does, she owns this business, she goes here, she works here, she has this type of friends, she connects with this type of people. What this will do for you is help you engrave the vision that you've put out for yourself in your mind. I kid you not, if you do not have a mental image of where you're going or what you're trying to achieve or do for yourself, then this journey is pretty much baseless and foundationless, so there is no need going on it if you do not take this step that is very crucial to the journey. Now, after you've taken a mental note, the next thing that you want to do is sit down and saturate that in your mind. Get that into your mind and believe and agree with the words that you've written down. You're trying to better yourself. You're not going to go far if you do not believe that you can actually do it. I know we hear this a lot in religious settings and also motivational settings, but it's actually true. Belief is one of the greatest tools that can take you from point A to point B. Now, I'm not ignorant to the fact that sometimes believing is almost impossible because you're looking at your present circumstance and you're trying to convince yourself that you're who you are not, because you're looking at yourself at the moment and you don't look like that thing or you don't look like that person. So in a way, it might seem like you're being delusional. Some people will be like, be realistic with what you're doing, or you can even be the one telling yourself to be realistic with what you're doing. In this case, you're actually going to have to be delusional because you're trying to create a life that doesn't exist. You're trying to create a life that is only in the imaginary realm. So what you're going to do is be delusional and believe that that can actually happen for you. That thing that you're envisioning for yourself can actually happen for you, and this is how you actually get it to happen. Believing and agreeing within yourself is where the journey actually starts for you, because I mean, a lot of people have imaginations on what they want to be, who they want to be. Almost everybody does that. Everybody has that in their head, but there's a lot of people that don't actually believe they can be those people. They can become what they set out to do. After you've come to an an agreement with your mental notes, the next thing that you want to do is look around you and eliminate everything that doesn't look like your future self, everything that would stop you from getting to your future self. And when you look around you in honesty, being honest with yourself, because sometimes one of the hardest things that we can do is tell ourselves the truth. But if you really love yourself as a person, you have to actually sit down and tell yourself the truth. Now, be realistic. I'm not saying go chase people that love and care for you out of your life because you're trying to get to a level and you probably think they are not on that level. But in this case, you're eliminating negativity. So if there are people that are constantly putting you down, if there are situations that are constantly putting you down from going into being your higher self, sometimes it becomes as friendships, people that drop all those derogatory comments in your life. It could be family members, sometimes it could be romantic relationships, and in this case, there is nobody that wants good for you that will constantly be putting you down. So if you find yourself in that situation, then you're definitely going to have to let those parts go for you to be able to advance. I mean, when you're advancing in life, there could be a lot of things trying to pull you down. You're going to have to be able to get up and gather your mind and actually go on your journey, leaving things behind. It does not only have to be people and situations. Sometimes it could be you could be the one standing against your own progress. And oh yes, there is something like that. There's something like standing against your own progress, and that is why sometimes I always advise people around me to make a prayer that if you are standing against your own progress in your life, that God should help you with that. There's something called strongholds in the mind, and these are thoughts and patterns, and I mean things that you've fed your mind with over time that is limiting you from going on to be your highest self. This could be you creating a thought that you're inadequate in something, or you've made yourself believe that you're not up to par in certain things. And before you know it, because you've created this belief in your mind, you're not even able to go after those things. For example, before now, I've dealt with a case of someone close to me who would believe that she's not able to hold intelligent conversations or talk to people. And over time, she had programmed her mind to believe that. Now, relating with her on a personal level, I know that she's a smart girl. I know that she talks well. But because of what she's told herself repeatedly over time, whenever she's in a social gathering that she's supposed to express herself, she just sort of cowers and becomes nervous, and before you know it, it actually becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy that she cannot actually hold conversations with people. But in the actual sense, this was all in her head. So yes, you have to eliminate all of those things around you, work on them. Now, I know I'm just saying these things and it seems like it's so easy to do. It is not. You're going to have to be easy on yourself. You're going to have to give yourself more grace, be forgiving to yourself as you go on along this journey, but be realistic and honest, because you actually cannot grow if you're not telling yourself the truth. So you actually have to sit down first and tell yourself the truth about certain situations. The best example that I will use is that sometimes we're always in great denial of bad relationships around us, especially if we already love those people, or sometimes we're in denial of the things that we're doing that are hurting us, that are taking us backwards, because we actually love doing those things. But for you to grow as a person, you're going to have to sit down and tell yourself the truth, and then work on eliminating all of those things that are not taking you to your next level. Now, when it comes to growing up and becoming more attractive, you know that we need money to do this. There was no way I was going to finish this video without talking about money. You're going to have to work on increasing your income. Now, this is not the easy part at all. This is the part where you're going to have to sit down and crack your head on what you can do to increase money in your bank account. What jobs can you get into? What businesses can you do? Is there a free thing that I can pick up to do that can enhance my skill towards something? Now, I know that making money is not something that comes by so easily. I mean, you have to sit down and actually crack your head. But if there's anything that you can do, and sometimes some of these things that you invest in to better yourself, better your skills, to be able to create more income for yourself, there are some free resources, there are things to help. And we live in the digital age, so you can find almost everything online to learn a particular skill or anything like that. Invest in growing your income. This is one of the most crucial ways that you're going to glow up. There's literally no glow up, I would say no leveling up without money in your pocket. And sometimes you have to give a moment of great sacrifice to get to where you're going. For example, you might need to work more than one job at a time. While this is not necessarily easy, because it is not, but you can decide to do that and go hard on it for a while to be able to create the kind of finance that can take you to where you're trying to get to. In this glow up journey, there will definitely be a time that you have to grind and go hard for yourself. It's usually a time of temporary discomfort. I can't say how long it will be for. For some people, it's 6 months to a year to 2 years 3 years, it might be a moment of great discomfort, but in the long run it is very rewarding. This takes us back to the first few points that I mentioned. Once you've decided and agreed within yourself that truly you really want to do this, that determination is going to help you to create, circumstances that will help better your life. For example, if you need to pick up a new job, if you need to start a business, or maybe add a business to the business that you're already doing, if you need to pick up a new skill, if you need to study for something, anything to grow your income would greatly help you in your glow up journey. Now, the next thing to glow up and become a more attractive woman is creating your style. Now, when I say style, I mean your wardrobe, and we know that style is very important. The way that you appear, the way that you present yourself is very important on how people perceive you, how people receive you. Now, there's two things to consider when you're trying to create your style. You're going to have to consider your current life and your future life. What are you currently doing at this moment, and how can you elevate that style as at this moment? For example, if you're working a 9-to-5 job or you're a fitness person, you want to create your style around what you do, because you don't want to go outside your daily repeated activities. Your routine life. If you have a routine life, you want to make sure that as much as you have your dream life, you start at this point to create your dream life around your current life. I don't know if you get what I mean. Now, take for example, you work a 9-to-5 job, right? And you're a woman that is looking to be more elegant, and your current state, you're mostly wearing things like just t-shirts to work. I'm not saying anything is wrong with t-shirts. I'm just saying in this case, if this is what your dream is like, you're looking to be a more elegant woman, then at this point in your routine life of getting up and going to work every morning, you can then start here to get more elegant and feminine things, so instead of wearing just t-shirts, and again, I'm not saying that t-shirts are wrong. There are people that love a more edgy style. They actually love the t-shirts and all of that. You can look for ways to elevate that style around your current life while you work towards, getting here. Do you understand what I mean? Because it's baby steps that takes us from this point to this other point. So one day you wake up and then you realize that you've actually done a lot of work from moving from this point where you're just wearing t-shirts to actually becoming this elegant woman that gets up and dresses so nice to work every day, and you have a style that is admired. Okay, so let's recap that. Create your style around your current life and then elevate that style to your future life. But you can do this gradually. You don't have to change everything in your wardrobe at the same time. You need to invest in this part of your life and actually make research, and also note that in this part your choice could change or your preference will change at any time. So give yourself the grace to explore different options to see the style that you really like for yourself. Now, for the next point for growing up and becoming a more attractive woman is investing in quality. Now, quality does not necessarily mean expensive, because that's where we get it wrong sometimes. But investing in quality, especially when it comes to things that you would repeatedly use, would really save you a great lot of money. Now, how that saves you money is that instead of buying cheap, inferior things all the time that you always have to repurchase after a certain time, if you invest in one quality piece, it's going to last you a lot longer than all those inferior, cheaper ones that you actually think you're saving money buying. Now, like I said, investing in quality pieces does not have to be expensive. There are quality pieces in thrift stores, there are quality pieces in high fashion, there are quality pieces, almost everywhere. So it depends on your preference and on your level as well. Please do not break your neck, do not stress yourself trying to invest in something if you do not have the money for it. Like I said, work on your income and then build yourself to the point that you're able to move from here to here. And like I mentioned, a point that I greatly want you guys to have in mind when it comes to this glow up journey is that it is a very gradual journey. It is a long lasting journey. It is a never ending journey that you always have to improve. Now, I'm at this point now. I wasn't here a few years ago. I wasn't here a few months ago. And I'm not going to be here a few months from now, few years from now. I aim to better myself. So you can see that it's a never ending journey. So at any level that you are at this moment, at whatever income that you're currently receiving, work towards becoming your future self by upgrading the circumstances around you. So yeah, investing in quality items is a good way to glow up and look a lot more attractive, because guess what? Once you put those things on, you look and appear more presentable, you look more put together, which in turn adds to to how you're being perceived. So that's a great tip for making you look more elegant, and of course if you're looking more elegant, you're definitely looking a lot more attractive. Now for the last point that I want to share in this video today for glowing up and becoming more attractive is investing in beauty and skincare. And this part is very important if you're a woman, and even for men as well. Investing in good skincare products that will nurture your skin and take care of your skin. So even if you're not somebody that likes to wear makeup, then your skin is already in place and gives you that confidence. We know that when our skin is in shambles, sometimes it messes with our self-esteem, and even when we're trying to put ourselves together, we're always going to have a problem with how our skin looks. So investing in good skincare products, a good skincare routine, also investing in beauty things like your makeup stuff, also investing in upgrading your beautification skills. For example, teaching yourself how to do your own makeup, and if you already know how to do your own makeup, you can always work on improving that skill. There are never-ending resources as well on the internet that we can use for things like this. So yeah, investing in good skincare products and quality makeup products would help in your glow up journey, and of course make you look a lot more attractive. For this video, I wanted to give like the core tips, and though they might seem a little tactical, but it's something that you can definitely achieve. I have a lot more tips that I want to share with you on how to glow up and become more attractive, and subsequent tips are more light-handed and actually fun, so do not worry, I'm not going to be hard on you guys subsequently, but these ones are the core ones that I wanted to share that are very important in taking into consideration if you're trying to glow up and become a more attractive woman. I hope you enjoyed watching this, and if you would like me to film a part 2 of this video, then give this video a thumbs up or let me know in the comment section, and I will definitely get on ahead to film for you, because like I said, I have more fun tips that I'm more than willing to share with you. If you haven't subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button, and also if you just like me to know that you were here on this channel today, please drop some love hearts in the comment section and I'll do well to get to that. Thank you so much for watching, and of course I wish you the very best in your leveling up journey.